as funny as they are, and as fun as it is to probably watch them, I don't think anybody could ever be as fun as our good friend, the Tanuki.
Yeah, where has he been though? That's kind of my problem.
Oh, TanookiTeddy, as we are talking about. But TanookiTeddy, when he was on, I don't know if he's back. Who knows? He might be back by the time this gets posted. But TanookiTeddy is just amazing.
Yeah, I think I met him like a year-ish ago. Yeah, it's been over a year. I saw his comment on our Chuck Hunter video, and I was like, that profile picture looks like he actually puts work in his videos. Let's see what he's got. Then I skimmed through his videos. I'm like, oh wow, this is actually really good. So I introduced myself to him, and I'm like, oh, I make Let's Plays too. Check me out. Which surprisingly, he didn't take that as spam, which is awesome. And he was like, oh, your content's really good. Let's be friends. And I'm like, oh, sure.
Wow, I had no idea that you just became friends like that, man.
And then, like, when I found out who he's friends with and they started introducing themselves to me, I was like, wow, it's like we have a small community here.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I do love about YouTube is that you can have a community of people. Like, there's some friends that you have that I might have not never met, um, and likewise for me to you. But yeah, Tanuki Teddy was and still is a great friend of mine, and you're right. I don't know where he is.
And that's the good thing about being a small YouTuber. If you can meet other YouTubers of similar subscriber numbers and become friends, it's like you're watching each other grow as YouTubers together. As you get more experience and you gain a bigger fan base, and yeah.
Yeah, because I really hope at some point you get to have 300, 400, 500, 700 subscribers yourself.
Well, I'm only 6 away from 300 as I'm recording this. By the time it's uploaded, I'm probably gonna already have 300.
Yeah, maybe even working on 400 by that point. Who knows? What do I know?
I don't
But
gain subscribers as much as you think.
oh my gosh, and of course, it was kind of nice to have 500 subscribers myself because it took a long time to get there for me. But I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. And
Yay.
and like okay, so you're cool with Tanuki Teddy. I love Tanuki Teddy as a friend and to an extent as like a brother, because that's how I look at my guy friends. They're like my brothers.
What about the girlfriends?
Uh,
Sisters?
yeah, they're like sisters more often than not. So yeah, I'm not sexist, but what do I say? What can I say? Okay, so there's Tanuki Teddy. Um, who else? Or what else? Let's see. Um, Probably like favorite places to eat, if anything.
Most of my favorite places to eat are not exactly like fast food chains. They're mostly like restaurants kind of exclusive to my town. But
Ooh.
as of like restaurants, like quick, there's a Burger King, there's a Domino's, there's like two frozen yogurt places. One of them used to be Taco Bell, but then it got closed and then they replaced it with frozen yogurt place. There's a couple delis, and there's one, two, three, four, five, six. Let me recount. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven pizzerias.
Wow, that's a lot of pizza. And in fact, our good friend, another good friend of ours, says he loves pizza.
Well, if you've eaten pizza, you'll probably like it unless you're allergic to cheese. Or
Or
there's
any,
many different kinds of pizza. It's all of a matter of taste, you know?
yeah, or if you're into, or if you want, or if you insist on having gluten-free pizza, because there's options like that.
Yeah, gluten-free pizza. I've never had gluten-free pizza, but I'm assuming it's not as good as regular pizza. Because where I'm from, there's really good pizza in my state.
Oh my gosh! Like in hell, we were like our the person in question that I was mentioning is our good friend PikaPlayzHD. Now he says he loves pizza, and we were talking about New York culture where you guys call it pie
Well, as someone who lives in New York, we do call it pizza pie.
or pizza pie. Yes.
Also, Pika Plays, you've been watching this high.
Yeah, and speaking of PikaPlays, what do you think of him?
He's cool. I love how much work he puts into his content. And I could imagine he must have been practically heartbroken when his channel got hacked. Because I didn't meet him till like summer and I didn't even know he had a past channel.
Yeah, I only got to briefly see it at least not for no more than 20 minutes,
Ooh, ouch.
but I remember he very quickly. I've already told the story, but I remember he left a comment during an interview, kind of like what we're doing right now with Crazy Candy Lady, and that's when I first met him, and ever since then we really have been very very close friends. Uh, but for Pika plays, I mean he puts a lot of work in, as you said, and but overall he's a really cool guy to hang out with.
Well, I'm glad that you think that because he's really cool and whatnot.
I mean, of course, you and him, you both got something not too long ago. I mean,
Yeah.
and I noticed that you all you had to do was make a switch, right?
Mm-hmm. I have the Nintendo Switch. He has the Nintendo Switch.
And I take it you've added each other.
Yes, we have.
Oh my gosh, like I'm so jealous because I don't even have a Switch yet, man.
Well, when I saw the Zelda trailer, I actually was like, maybe I can give it some release date and find something I'll enjoy. Zelda's awesome, by the way. And this is
Oh,
coming from someone who's not even a diehard Zelda fan. It just,
I was about to ask you how did you enjoy it?
well, I still, in like the beginning, because I'm too busy exploring to do my main quest.
Well, hey, I mean that's something that the original Zelda did. Uh, back long before we even had the internet. But yeah.
Well, the Breath of the Wild is like 32 gigabytes, and I think the Switch can only hold like 27, which is, that makes no sense. I may have my sources wrong on that. You have to Google that sometime.
Well, I mean, you actually practically hit it on the head. I mean, the fact that it can only hold that much, and yet it still was able to run. I'm like, well, of course you would have to have. I I really don't know. I think it might be. I think the amount of gigs is completely independent in the sense that that's how much space and storage you can have, not so much the amount of RAM needed to run a game.
Okay, yeah,
I think they're
hang on.
independent.
My sources were wrong. I just looked it up. Breath of the Wild takes up almost half of the Switch storage.
Oh, it
Switch has
does.
32 gigabytes. Breath of the Wild has how much does it say? I just saw it. I think it was 13. Yeah, it's 13.
Well, but even so, I mean, of course you have to buy like SD cards. Ugh,
It doesn't
little.
come with an SD card though. That's kind of the issue.
Well, yeah, that too. But I'm like, just the fact that you have to buy it, although it can support up to 1 to 2 terabytes, if I'm not mistaken.
The Switch, oh, the SD card. I thought you meant the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
terabyte's
SD.
a lot of storage.
I mean, that is a lot of storage, so that definitely makes up for a lot. And um, well, since you have the Switch, my common complaint was the fact that you had to, was that the storage was not too big, but also that you have to pay online.
Well, paid online is not really an issue right now because, well, Zelda doesn't have online. I have Fast RMX. I got it last night as of when I'm recording this, and the game is really good. It does have online play, but it's not that easy of a game. I mean, it's kind of like F-Zero. There's three races in a cup. It's on some super fast track. You're floating above. the track by a little bit. You can switch between a blue and an orange color. And if you can go by speed boost, and if you're orange, you speed up. If you're blue and an orange speed boost, you'll slow down or even spin out. But it's so easy to crash in that game. Like, if you hit something at a fast speed, you crash. If you fall off the track, you crash. The part when I was practically just flying, then there was a section, like, not really a bridge, but there was a tunnel, and you could go above the tunnel, but it hit, like, the top of it, like, in between the top and the inside, and I actually ended up crashing my vehicle. I was so confused. Considering I swear I did that, like, the lap before, and it, well, didn't work. But believe it or not, I've actually had times where crashes put me ahead. I was in like 10th place, I crashed, and then it put me in second.
Oh gosh.
Because apparently it put me past the entire gap we were supposed to go through.
Wow. Yeah, I would think that it would need a little bit of balancing, I guess,
There's no
but
time attack either. In order to play a track, you have to play it in the Grand Prix mode.
well,
Well,
oh,
well, time attack is the game's version of time trial from Mario Kart.
well, that makes sense. And
Mhm.
I'm surprised you had fun with that one because I wasn't sure. I never even heard about that game actually until you mentioned it.
I saw people playing it at school, and then I saw some trailers, and I'm like, ooh, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna get it. And then I got it, even though it was actually a lot harder to get it because for some reason my Switch was not accepting my debit card until like a few times.
What, you have a debit card?
Yes, I have a debit card.